Om Shanti, English Avyakt versions, 10th of June 1971. Headline: Our searchlight is the means to Our searchlight is the means to prepare the field of service. What three lines on each one's forehead is Baba looking at? Can you see your own lines, just as three lines are shown in the image of the memorial of the Father? In the same way, what three lines are visible on the foreheads of the saligrams? Have you ever seen your forehead in the mirror? In which mirror have you seen it? On each one's forehead, one line and symbol is that of victory. The symbol of victory is a trident. A trident is a symbol of victory, that is, a symbol of success in your thoughts, words, and deeds. A trident is also shown in the images of the Shaktis. So there is this trident, which is a symbol of victory on each one's forehead. Another symbol on the line of the trident is a bindi, a dot. The third line is the long line under the trident. That is a symbol of having a clear line and of being careful and also clear. There should not be any obstacles on the path. So the third symbol is that of you are moving constantly straight on the path. So Baba is seeing all the three lines and symbols on each one's forehead. You also have these lines, but they are clear on some and not as clear on another. So have you seen your lines? You have the trident, the clear line, and also the bindi of the stage of soul consciousness. Devotees put a symbol of the tilak on their foreheads. You do not need to put it on your forehead. You can constantly recognize your stage through these lines on your forehead. All three lines should be sharp and clear. Only then will you be able to be an image that grants vision. That is, you will be able to make your task successful. You are now going on service. You have to start giving a searchlight to those souls from now. Have you already started this, or are you going to start to do it when you get there? The light from a searchlight reaches into the distance, so you have to give the searchlight from here. You can select the souls. If you start this task here, then when you arrive there, you will be able to see the visible proof. Do you walk and move along whilst being a searchlight, or is it only when you sit down that you give a searchlight? You have to carry out the task now of constantly being a searchlight and creating an atmosphere in all four directions, so that as soon as you get there, the souls who are going to come close can easily attain their fortune through the attraction of the atmosphere. This is because you now have to show a thousandfold success in very little time. Previously, it was a different time. There was more time used and less success attained. But you now have to make plans whereby you attain a thousandfold success in very little time. Before creating the plans, you have to become plain. If you become plain, the plans will take a practical shape very well. Only by your being plain with the plans he carried out very well. What plans must you have after becoming plain, through which you can attain constant success? Baba is telling you this in just a few words so that you never forget. Firstly, you have to remember that you are all united. That is, all of you are following the directions of one. Secondly, through your words, you constantly have to remind yourself and others of the name of one. Thirdly, there should be economy in your activity and in your actions. There should not only be economy with money, but also with your words. There should also be economy with your thoughts and time. So there should be all types of economy in your activities. There should be all these three aspects: following the directions of one, constantly taking the name of one, and having economy. Whilst taking every step and putting your thoughts into words, you must constantly keep all these three things in your consciousness. Whenever there is any exchange, remember one slogan at that time: a child and so a master. When you have to present your ideas, present them as a master. But when it is time for the ideas to be finalized, become a child. Neither be just a master nor just a child. At the time when you have to perform any particular action, at that time you must have this stage. And when you serve other souls, always as well pay attention to serving yourself. To stabilize yourself in the stage of soul consciousness is to serve the self. First of all, check whether you are also serving yourself. If you are not serving yourself, there will not be success in serving others. Therefore, just as you tell others that to remember the Father means to remember the self, and that to remember the self means to remember the Father. In the same way, to serve others means to serve the self. You must also keep this in your consciousness. When you go to do any service, always think that as well as doing that service, you are also carrying out the cremation ceremony of your old sanskars. The more you carry out the cremation ceremony of the old sanskars, the more you will accordingly receive respect. All souls will salute you in their minds. All souls will salute you in their minds. One is to salute physically with the hand, and the other is to salute with the mind. They constantly sing praise in their minds, because just as one type of devotion is external and the other is in the mind. So, to salute externally is not a big thing. However, they will salute you in their minds. They will sing praise of the Father being the one who has made you like this. Secondly, when they hear your elevated ideas, you will make them bow down for their determined ideas. That is like that is like them saluting you, is it not? You have to make efforts so that others salute you in their minds. You must not create devotees who do everything externally, but you must create those who salute you in their minds. Only these devotees will change and become knowledgeful. The more you surrender your intellect, that is, the more you keep it clean and engage in it in remembrance of one, the more you will become a mirror. When people go in front of a mirror, they see their own form, even if they do not wish to see it. In the same way, when you constantly keep your intellect surrender in the remembrance of one, you will become living mirrors. Anyone who then comes in front of you will have a vision of his own self and will easily experience his own form. So, you must become mirrors through which others automatically have a vision of themselves. This is good, is it not? They can tell from a distance that there is a searchlight there. No matter how big a gathering you may be in, even amidst a gathering, they would be able to tell from a distance that you are searchlights. That is, you continue to show the path. You are the searchlights who show the path. You are the searchlights who show the path of knowledge and yoga through their searchlight. Then you go from here with this determined thought. You will become that practical form on the basis of having that thought. If you have the thought that you are victorious devils, you have the form of victory, your words and actions would also be accordingly. Your actions are filled with victory on the basis of your thoughts. The tilak of victory is already applied to the serviceable souls. Service means to have the tilak of victory. This is a serviceable group that is now coming. This is a serviceable group that is now going. Those who do not spend even 1 second or one thought without doing service are serviceable. This is such a group, is it not? When you especially go for service, you have to pay special attention to the self. You are not doing ordinary service, but special service. If you do ordinary service, you then have an ordinary consciousness. When you have to carry out a special task, you have a special remembrance. So you must not keep an ordinary consciousness, but a powerful consciousness. When you have a constantly powerful consciousness, the atmosphere will be constantly powerful. Because of your having a powerful atmosphere, no souls will be able to leave that atmosphere. Only then will there be success in service. Always give regard to one another's ideas and accept them. Only then will they easily be able to salute you in their minds. Always make the lesson of Haji Haji firm. The more you say Haji, the more everyone will sing praise of your victory. You are going to reveal your form of being a Shakti or a Pandav, are you not? The horses are going on a tour to make souls sacrifice themselves in the yajna. You have already surrendered yourself. You must become completely plain. You must not take any burden with yourself. There were 5 Pandavas, but all of them followed the directions of one. You say that all of you are one. This is the first group that constantly keeps an example of one. By constantly reminding one another to become an embodiment of remembrance, you will also be united in following the directions of one. All 5 Pandavas had the specialty of following the directions of one, but each one also had his own specialty. What is the specialty of each one? They tell the story of the 4 mask eaters. They tell the story of the 4 mask eaters. You have to harmonize with everyone and make every task successful. Each of you should take one special. Each of you should take one special duty. Each of you should relate the responsibility of your special duty. Even whilst in a gathering, everything becomes easy when you give the cooperation of your specialty. And what specialty will each Pandav show? In terms of souls, all of you are Pandavas and also Shaktis. Do you know your own specialty? Constantly maintain your zeal and enthusiasm in a stable stage. No matter how much others try to defeat you through many things, when you speak a few powerful words and give them powerful drishti, whilst being an embodiment of experience and stabilizing yourself in a powerful stage, they will consider themselves to be a paper lion. It will be just as has been shown in the images of the goddesses. When devils came to oppose them in a fearsome form, they became like animals, that is, totally senseless in front of the goddesses. No matter how important or sensible others may be, no matter how many forms they may try to adopt in front of you, in front of your being an embodiment of experience and your drishti of soul consciousness, they will consider themselves to be senseless. No matter how many types of form they may try to adopt in front of you, people have always portrayed a buffalo under the feet of the goddesses. Why? No matter how sensible and knowledgeable someone considers himself to be, buffalo is completely senseless. They will come in front of you with one form and they will go away from you in another form. A memorial of the Shaktis have been shown of how devils came to oppose them in a fearsome form, and when the arrows from the Shaktis hit them, their form changed. This is why you must always remember that you have become instruments of the Almighty Authority, that you are the messengers of the Almighty Government. When you discuss anything with anyone, do not allow your mind to be disturbed. Those people are able to read thoughts with the power of signs. This is why, even if you hear anything, you must not allow yourself to be disturbed. You must not allow there to be a difference between your face and the stage of your mind. Simply remember this mantra, just as when you are not able to control something with words or with any other method, you chant a mantra or perform magic. So, when you see that something has come in front of you, use your vision of soul consciousness and the mantra of Manmanabho, and they will then become a buffalo from a lion. You know how to use magic, do you not? All the systems began here. The use of mantras and powers all merged from here. All emerged from here. You can make your thoughts take a practical form through your vision of soul consciousness. They have occult power, whereas here you attain success through using the accurate method. There is just a slight difference of words. Occult power is only for a temporary period, but the correct method of remembrance brings eternal success in your thoughts and actions. Those people use occult power, whereas you attain success in your thoughts and actions through the method of